From $50 all the way up to $50,000. It's that time of year again. It's time for the yearly belt collection video. I do one of these every single year, and I always love doing it. It's probably my most fun video, especially to go back and look back on all the new belts of the collection that I've gotten every single year. I'm not going to lie, this year, there's not as many new belts as usual. It's been a bit of a down year, but I feel like it's a lot of quality over quantity this year. Got a lot of higher end stuff, a lot of signed belts. And I mean, WWE Shop, they've been producing so much more title belts this year. We've had so many of these John Cena belts. They've been doing PLE belts as well. So I've got a couple of those, nothing too crazy. Now, personal-wise, this has been a pretty big year for me. We hit 100,000 subscribers. We got the 100 sub play button. I did my face reveal. I got married a couple months back. So pretty big year. And I think this year we won't only do belts. We'll kind of do like the other stuff that's around the room as well. Because I've got quite a few people ask me about it. So I think it'd be kind of fun. And this year, I think we're going to start with the modern side of the belt collection. And yes, I'm still completely out of room. I hate showing this side, but this is all the extra belts, and there's even more overflow. Hopefully this is the last year of just having this sort of display. I would love to upgrade to like some custom made cabinets, or maybe find more of these DTOF cases, but sadly they no longer make them, which makes it kind of annoying. But yeah, let's start with the modern side and we'll save the middle for last because it's kind of like the grails. But yeah, we'll start with the modern side because I think it'll be a little bit nice to do. So kicking us off on our first case, we have the Daniel Bryan eco-friendly belt. Probably one of the more controversial belts in the collection. You have the hemp strap, you have the wooden plates. I think it's incredible. I think it's super, super unique. Love it. It's probably top 10 in the belt collection. And then under that, we have technically a new addition. We had a red universal before, but this one is re-stoned. So it's the first re-stoned belt in my collection, which just means they took the plastic WWE Shop gems and just put them in for real cubic zirconiums or Swarovski crystals. I don't honestly know what this one was re-stoned with. I bought this secondhand, but I love this belt. And honestly, I think I do want to get it re-leathered because I love the darker red that this strap actually was. And I think the red universal title is a little bit underrated. Now, under that, we have quite a rare belt now. This is the WWE Championship from 2013. Not my favorite design. When I first saw it, I actually hated it until I got the actual belt in the collection, and then I started to love it a lot. Then under that, we do have an empty spot, and this does need dusted, but the empty spot is because I did trade my WWE spinner belt for a collection. I'm gonna have to buy a new one soon. So the actual WWE spinner is gone from the collection, and now let's move on to the next case. And in this case, I can't remember if this is a new addition. I think it's not, but we have the WWE Undisputed Championship. But this one is signed by Roman Reigns, and it does have the custom Roman Reigns side plates, which you can't very well see. That's why I kind of want to get better display. I don't like how squished in the belts are, so hopefully that changes in the future. Under that, we have the World Heavyweight Championship. Nothing special about that, just a standard stock belt. Still one of the more beautiful belts out there. Then under that, we definitely have a new addition. This is a WWE Blue Universal Championship. Well, I guess not a new belt edition, but a new strap, which is re-stoned to kind of be like the Roman Reigns, which is a darker blue strap, which I like a lot. And then under that, we have another re-leathered belt, which is the WWE Championship. So that one's nothing changed there. Then above that on the case, we have the Macho Man Legacy Belt case, and then a Macho Man crown. I believe this is made by Bulletproof Studios. So this is this section of the thing. Also, I know I'm going to get asked, yes, the face reveal has already been done. We did that, God, I think like 6 months ago, 4 months ago, something like that. So that is on the channel. I know I'm going to get a ton of questions because you're going to see my face in this video a little bit in the reflection. But now we'll move on to this case, which is the last of the, I guess it's not even really modern anymore. And like I said, it's not very modern anymore, but we do have the version 1 of the new Intercontinental Championship. Like this belt, there is a blue version. I no longer have it. I need to pick one up eventually. Under that, we have the white strapped Intercontinental Championship. Beautiful belt. I used to say I like the new one more than the old one. I like the old one better. It's way nicer. I like the white strap a lot, but you can't do that because all the women have it. I have white straps. Under that, we do have the 24/7 Championship. A lot of people hate this belt. I think it'd be kind of fun. One of my things for 2025 or 2026 is I kind of want to try to get a blue or universal, a 24/7 title held or signed. I don't know why I can't speak 24/7 title belt signed by every holder except for, I think, Pat Patterson. I think he's the only one who's passed away. I think everyone else is still alive. That's something I kind of plan to do. I don't know if I'll actually do it. I've had that plan in my brain for like 3 years and never actually done it. Then under that, we have the Red Raw Tag Team Championship. Definitely not modern anymore, but yeah, it's an okay belt. It's not my favorite. I still have never bought the blue tag title. Maybe someday. Now we move over to another kind of rare belt, and that is the North American Championship. Love this title design. Probably one of my favorite mid-card titles in WWE history. Honestly, I love the belt. It's like the boxing style. It's awesome. Under that, we have the NXT Women's Championship. And like in the intro, this is a $50 belt. I got this. It is, all these belts also are metal replicas. None of them are commemorative. But this belt was a pricer on WWE Shop. I think it was like 4 a.m. God, I think like almost a decade now. Maybe not a decade, but it's been a long time. It was in European Home of Wrestling Belts. They posted about how there was price error. Got it for $50. Was sure WWE Shop was going to cancel it, but they didn't, which is awesome. Then under that, we have the NXT Women's 2.0 Championship. Great belt. Love it. I love the 2.0 belts more than the normal ones. And no, I don't have the NXT 2.0, or not the NXT. I guess, would it be the NXT 2.0 belts? The whatever current NXT belts. I don't have those at the moment. Then under that, we have the WWE United Kingdom Championship. One of the nicest belts in all of wrestling history. And then on the other side, I can't actually open this case. This door does not, it's only being held in by that screw. But we do have the NXT Tag Team Championship, the NXT 2.0 Championship, the NXT title, and then the original Big X. And once again, I'm not sure if this was a new addition or not. Above that, we have the Money in the Bank belt, or Money in the Bank belt, gosh. We have the Money in the Bank briefcase. We have the WWE Championship title holder. We had the Fiend Lantern, the Undertaker like mini belt, the little bit of bubbly. I honestly forgot I had that. Then we have the Uncle Howdy Lantern. We have the Alexa Bliss, like, I don't even remember, Jack in the Box, I think. And then we have the Sideshow's Collectibles 1/4 scale rock statue, which I love. And that's everything on this side of the belt room. And I guess we'll do like this little area as well. So on top of this bookshelf, we have my stuff from when I went to WrestleMania 40. So we have the Money in the Bank briefcase. We have the helmet, the WrestleMania 40 helmet. We have the 2 mini belts and then the Sugar Skull. For whatever reason, they broke their tradition of doing the Sugar Skulls at WrestleMania 41, which I hated. Then we have like this weird little Stone Cold shelf that I did. So we have like the Stone Cold Skull from the Legacy belt, a Funko Pop, a Funko Soda, the mini belt, an Ultimate Edition, and a Garbage Pail Kid Stone Cold, I think. Under that, we have like a Triple H and then some. I was into WWE cards for a minute there. No longer am. So I have a few of those. Got a Triple H Funko, a random Elite, this Funko, which I love that Funko, and then the Triple H Ultimate Edition. And then right here is something super awesome. So this was for the 10th anniversary of Raw. As you can see, this was the Raw Ruckus Award. So they gave these out, or I can't remember. This wasn't the one that they used on the stage, but this is one that the wrestlers actually got to take home with them. So it's a real screen used and WWE wrestler owned, I don't know who owned it, award, which is really sick. It's super, super heavy. And I love this thing. This is awesome. And like this is all metal. So, so nice. Love that I have this in the collection. Then under here, we have the WWE Hardcore title that I made like 3 years before Travis Scott's came out. I took a Blue Universal Championship and we took your guys' suggestions. We ran it over the car. We set on fire. What else did we do? I can't remember. I think we beat it with a hammer and stuff. And then we made it into this. It was super cool. Fun thing. You can find the videos on my channel. Really fun. Then here we have some brass knuckles. They're real brass knuckles. It's a paperweight though, I have to say that. Under there, there's nothing really special. There's an Oscar mask, some tripods, pretty much it. But here we have a real kendo stick, which I got at FYE. There's some Funko Pop boxes. We have a barbed wire baseball bat. And yes, this desk is falling apart. I plan on like redoing it at some point. I don't know. Here we have the WrestleMania poker set that they released. And right here is something really cool. It's a SummerSlam ring bell that they had on eBay, which is super cool. Next up, we have the WWE Raw 30 mini title display. So that Raw Universal Championship is worth like crazy money. So you have every single title that was like the main title on Raw. But yeah, that's everything on this side. Now we're going to have to move over to... and now we move over to the classic side. So this has the most details, and this is probably my favorite side. And it's also like the classic / signature series legacy belt side. But over here, we have the rated R spinner. Love this belt. Once again, a really pricey title. So nice. And WWE Shop will probably never make these again because they no longer have the rights to the rated R logo, which is kind of crazy. Under that is where my Undisputed Championship is, or was supposed to be, but I got rid of that. I think I got in so I sold it because I had another one coming in, but that one was damaged, so don't have one at the moment. Under that, we have an ORM WWF Big Eagle belt, and then under that, we actually have a new edition. I know this is a new edition. It is a Real Figures Inc. belt from like 1999, the WWF Smoking Skull. Got that on an awesome trade. Love that belt. Love just the Smoking Skull in general, because Stone Cold's like one of my favorite wrestlers. So when I saw that come in, I knew I had to have that. Then in the next case, which yes, this case, the side of it shattered. Like I said, I definitely need to get new cases. We have the Brahma Bull belt, which is super nice. It's got the nice blue velvet on the back, which there you can see. That was really hard for some reason. Under that, we have the WWF Big Eagle, or the blue block logo. Love that title as well. Super pumped when WWE Shop released that. I thought they were going to do like all the belts, like the colored shop. I thought we were going to get like a purple Intercontinental, a green European, but they just never came, which is such a shame. Under that, we have the dual-plated Winged Eagle belt. Such a gorgeous title. Love the WWE Shop did this. And they did come out with the all gold, I think last year or the year before. Never seen that one, haven't picked that one up. Maybe one day. And then under that, we had the TNA Midwest title from Classic Shields. Super beautiful belt. Probably my favorite TNA title design ever. And it might be my top 5 in like world title designs ever. You guys will have to let me know what you guys think about that. And then above this, we have like a wider assortment of things. So we have the Stone Cold Legacy Belt case. We have the Bray Wyatt Superstars. Don't know why I had that. The Eddie Guerrero Funko. Undertaker urn, like an Undertaker mini statue. And then some chases from AEW. From like Series 1 and Series 2. This next side, I'm pretty sure are also new additions. So first up, we have the Groovy G dual-plated big gold belt. Now, this was sent to me by Groovy G, and I believe this one is re-leathered, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I'm like 99% positive. Has the Bret Hart nameplate there in like the trophy plate style, and then the crumb running style with the Ric Flair. Super nice belts. Definitely recommend Groovy G. Under there, we have the Fondue 10 pounds of gold. I believe I had this last belt collection. I'm not 100% positive. Then under that, we have another belt that was sent to me by Groovy G. This is the all gold, big gold, and this thing is awesome. I believe personally, besides Classic Shields, this is the best all gold, big gold there is. I personally don't recommend Classic Shields because they've owed me a belt for over like 4 years now and just don't reply. So I can't recommend them whatsoever. And then on the bottom, we have the like, classic WCW World Heavyweight belt, the Ron Simmons belt, a lot of people called it. So this is kind of like my NWA / WCW shelf. And above that, we have another AEW Chase figure. And then probably one of my favorite things in the collection, the 1/4 scale Stone Cold Sideshow collectible statue. Love this thing so much. Then on the other side, we have some more WCW belts. So we have the WCW United States Championship, the WWE Shop version, the most recent one, the 5mm. Then under it, we have 2 new additions to the collection this year. We have the WCW Hardcore Championship, the Figures Inc. version from like 2000-ish. Super pristine condition. I got this in a lot. It came with the Hardcore title, a Figures Inc. WCW World Heavyweight title, and the WCW Figures Inc. US title. Sold the US in the World Heavyweight, kept the Hardcore, and then the Cruiserweight Championship as well. The guy said that he kept these in a storage unit, and they are super pristine. The straps are great on it. I mean, the strap has like no wear. The plates are almost perfect. So super pumped to have that. And crazy enough, if you guys know, this Hardcore title was not actually the one that was used on TV. This was a belt that was designed by someone in a magazine, and I don't remember what exactly happened. The WCW didn't like the design, so they made the replicas of it and not the actual belt. Kind of a weird thing. But then below the Cruiserweight, we have the ECW Championship. My only ECW belt in the collection so far. I don't know if that will change anytime soon. But above that, we have the rarest figure in the collection, the Cody Rhodes 1 of 500 rare from AEW Series 1. Then we have the Undertaker 30 years mini belt, and honestly, I'm not exactly sure what's behind here. We have some random stuff. We have a CM Punk. Which one is this? The Walmart exclusive. I did not know I even had that. We have the Ultimate Warrior, and we have some of the LJN figures, and I believe a Hangman Walmart. I honestly did not remember I had these. Honestly, I would be interested if anyone's interested in selling all of my figures. I'm not a big figure guy anymore, so if you're interested in some AEW chases, WWE Ultimates, I would definitely be willing to sell those. But moving on, now we move to like the WWF Golden Era / Attitude Era mid-card titles. So we have the $1 Million Championship. Love this belt. Super unique design, pretty cool title. Then we have the WWF dual-plated classic tag. I remember when this released, it was an Instagram shop exclusive at first, but then it came to WWE shop like the next day, so it was kind of pointless. Under that, we have the Attitude Era tag team title. Like this one a lot. I personally like the dual-plated more just because of the detail on it, but a lot of people like this one. And then under that, we have the original Hardcore title, the WWE shop version. And a lot of people ask, it does have real duct tape. Some people think that it doesn't. And then above that, we have a Slammy Award, which actually cut me because this is really sharp right here. We have the Senior Money in the Bank briefcase. The Undertaker urn, I don't remember which this one was from. I think it's the most recent urn they released. But now we move on to this case right here, which is the WrestleMania 40 light collection that they released for WrestleMania 40. So first off, we have the New Generation / Golden Era, which is the Winged Eagle belt, which has like a stylized WrestleMania strap. Under that, we have the Attitude Era one, which I know a lot of people don't like these because they kind of like spread over too many WrestleManias, but they just wanted one for each decade. I've explained this a bunch. So that's 1 through 10, 10 through 20. Then 20 through 30, we have the spinner belt, which I feel like this was the reason why WWE Shop's now doing all these spinners. They realized they could change out the middle part to do whatever they want for it. So they're kind of going crazy with this with the CM Punk spinner and all the John Cena spinners. And then on the bottom, we have the network logo for WrestleMania 30 through 40. I like this one a lot. I honestly think this one might be my favorite, which is going to be a little controversial. Then above that, we just have the Undertaker 1/4 scale statue. This is my most recent one. And then behind this, looks like we have the $1 million, not the $1 million, we have the Mr. T San Diego Comic-Con exclusive like figure, which I honestly forgot that was up there too. And now we're moving on to the legacy belts. So first off, in this case, we had the first ever one that's been ever created, which was the Undertaker legacy title. This thing's super nice. This was the last one I picked up actually, and I really like this one. I think it's honestly the best. Love the purple gems. I just love the main plate. It is a little bit smaller. It did come with a case. It was a coffin. It's just not displayed because it's absolutely massive. Then under that, we have the Macho Man. Arguably my least favorite. I think they just did, it was super boring. The main plate's boring with the black. Macho Man's so like eccentric. They did not need to do like the black on it. They could have done yellow or something else. I know they were kind of going off of his tights, but I mean, I don't remember Macho Man ever wearing black tights. Still a nice belt though. These all are numbered. I don't remember what they're numbered out of. But under that, we have one of my favorites, which was the Stone Cold Legacy belt. Love this one. I have that case displayed up top. And this thing's beast of a belt. A lot of people like to call this like the Terminator belt. Then under that, we had the Ric Flair legacy belt. This one's kind of weird because they kind of had this on WWE Shop for like 2 weeks, and then the Plane Ride from Hell documentary on Vice came out, and they pulled it, and no one knew what was going on. They still shipped the pre-orders for the 2 weeks, and then never heard anything about the belt again until like a year or two later when it came back on shop. So really weird. I like the design a lot. I like the main plate a lot. The strap's interesting. I could live without the strap, but I love the main plate. Now above this, we have the Mattel Creations like New Generations ring, which is still in the box, and the women's Money in the Bank briefcase. On top of this one though, we do have the John Cena legacy belt case, which is like the giant lock, which is kind of cool. And under that, we have the John Cena legacy belt. Boring belt, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, probably my second least favorite, just for the fact that it's just a US spinner pretty much with just a few different changes. It's got the same tooling on the strap and everything. Under that, we have another beautiful legacy belt, which is the Shawn Michaels. A lot of people didn't like this because they said it was like too much like a woman's belt, but I think it's perfect for Shawn Michaels with the heart that's kind of broken, the like earrings on the side that he used to wear, which are connected. I love this title. So nice. Under that, we have an empty spot, which is where the Bret Hart Legacy belt is. But I do have that set to the side because I did upgrade to a signed one. And I don't want to put it in the case. And then under it, we have a signed Mick Foley Signature Series belt with a lot of dust, which is the only Signature Series belt I have in a case. I don't know why, but I actually met Mick Foley at GalaxyCon, I think 2 years ago to get this signed. But that's all the belts in the cases. So now it's going to be the hard part of kind of showing off the belts that aren't in the cases. So let's do over here first. These are just belts that are on the table. Some of these are for sale, like the WWE title, the WCW US title over there, and some of them are mine. So here is my Miz spinner. So this is the WWE spinner, just with the WWE logo upside down. Behind that is the John Cena US spinner. That isn't for sale. Love this belt. I think it's super underrated, but it does have the same tooling as the John Cena Legacy belt. Then we have a WWE title, which is also for sale. We have the red and the blue Universal Championships. Then we have the signed LA Knight Signature Series belt. I love this thing. I just got it. It's actually my most recent belt. Then the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, which just doesn't have a place right now because it lost its place on like the kind of like display wall. And then lastly, we have this WCW US title. Now is going to be the fun part of showing off the belts that aren't displayed and are kind of just in storage. So I have the next set of belts all set up, and we're going to start on the left side. So first off, we have the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship title belt. It's an okay design. It's not my favorite, and a lot of people think this belt's cursed, and I could definitely see that. Now behind that, we do have one of the nicest belts in WWE ever, which is the WWE Women's United Kingdom Championship. I love this design, and it looks even better on a white strap. Honestly, it's beautiful. I wish WWE never got rid of this, and maybe with NXT Europe, if they're actually going to do that still, maybe we could see something like this return. Then we have a really like short tenure title, which is the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. This, or NXT Tag Team Championship. This got unified with the Women's Tag Team title a couple of years ago by Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. It's an okay design. I don't love it. Next up, we have the NXT UK Tag Team title design. Now, man, the NXT UK belts were just unbelievably beautiful. This is one of my favorite tag team title designs WWE's ever had. Next up, we have the Cruiserweight Championship. This is the WWE version. It's not the NXT. I don't know if I'll ever get the NXT version. Maybe one day, but it's just purple. The darker strap one is the NXT version, and it has an NXT logo instead of a WWE logo. And then this is a new addition. This is a re-leathered WWE NXT United Kingdom Championship with P10 side plates. I need to take the P10 side plates off, but its only big difference between the WWE United Kingdom Championship is it has the NXT logo, not the WWE, and it's a really nice re-leathered belt. Then on the other side, in the front row, we do have some Ring of Honor belts. So these are like the Ring of Honor Figures Inc. belts. These were pulled off sale for a long time, and then they came back after the lawsuit was finalized. And I think all four of these belts were $600 total, which is a great deal. So we have the World Tag Team title designs here. Then we have the ROH TV title, which is a really nice belt. All these belts are super, super nice. Then we have the Ring of Honor World title, which technically I guess isn't really the classic anymore because this was used on TV somewhat recently when Tony Khan bought ROH. And then lastly, we have one of my favorite Ring of Honor title designs, one of my favorite world title designs. We have the ROH World title, like the Cody belt. Even though I really don't associate this with Cody too much, it's still gorgeous and I love this. I really need more cases so I can display these again. They were right where the WCW belts were, but I kind of pulled them from the shelf and now they sit on the like little overflow. So now let's move on to the next set of belts, which looks like it's going to be like some Signature Series and some random stuff. Next up, we have a really weird assortment of belts. So first off, in the back, we have the Rey Mysterio Signature Series belt. I like this one a lot. I like the red and the green and the white kind of pyramid. And then you have like the different trim colors for each like color of the flag, which I like a lot. Now, next up, we have the Attitude Era, not United States, the Attitude Era Intercontinental Championship. Really, it's a Ruthless Aggression. I don't know why they call it the Attitude Era, but it's a classic design. Love that. Then we have the classic US title. This is the network logo. It's a little dusty. There is a scratch logo version, but I'm not too worried about getting that one. Then next up, the last of the normal belts on the table pretty much is the European Championship. This is the WWE Shop 5mm version. It got the green backing, which looks incredible. Really hope they come out with the green strap version one day. Behind that, we have a monster of a belt, which is the Brock Lesnar Signature Series belt. Probably will never be on WWE Shop again because of the Brock Lesnar allegations. I do like the blacked out and silver look on the Undisputed. I think it looks really good. Then we have the Edge Signature Series belt. Nice design. I know they couldn't do like the Radar logo because Edge or WWE doesn't own it, so they went like his first title win, which isn't too bad. Next up, we have the NWO Signature Series Wolfpack belt. I love this belt. I like it a lot. I like the red kind of spray paint on it. I would love to get this signed by all the remaining Wolfpack members. I say I'm going to. I don't know if I ever will. I'm not big on going to signings too much. After that, we have the Randy Orton Signature Series belt, which is the antique kind of bronze, big gold. I'm not going to lie, I didn't like this design that much, but now that I have it in my possession, I really like the snakeskin, the snakeskin strap. The green gems really pop very well, and I like the antique. And then lastly, it is the red TNT title belt. So this was sold on AEW Shop for a very short time. They also had like the black strap version, but this was limited and they'll never sell it again supposedly. So I like this one a lot. And yeah, that's all of this design. Now next up, we kind of have some signed belts and then some more of the high dollar titles that are in the other part of the overflow. Moving on, this is kind of going to be a weird one. So it's not all signed belts. So up top, we have the John Cena Signature Series belt, the first one they ever made. After that, we have a random big gold that a belt maker just sent me. No real reason for it, just sent me it so I could take a look at it. Under that, we have the Wick Belts 100K subs like celebration belt, which is kind of cool. My fiance, well, I guess my wife now, designed it at the time. It's pretty cool. It's kind of got aspects of like the IWGP and the big gold with the crown and the bear at the top. I like that a lot. After that, we have the Hulk Hogan, the always controversial Hulk Hogan Signature Series belt signed by Hulk Hogan, which is pretty cool. I got it for a really good deal on WWE Shop. After that, we have the signed Bubba and Devon Dudley Signature Series belt, signed by both of them. Also a really good deal on WWE Shop. But yeah, now we're going to keep on moving on. This is going to be a little bit quicker pace because I'm not putting all the belts at the table at once. So this is a fun one. These are mostly all new additions, and there's a decent amount of signed belts here. So first off, we have the signed CM Punk Signature Series belt. It's signed on the side right there. I got the terrible way to show off the signature, but there was not much room. I got this at the Royal Rumble Superstore, which was kind of nice. Then we have the 25 years of SmackDown spinner belt, which annoyingly enough does not stand up straight. It's upside down, which is so dumb. Then we have the WrestleMania 41 John Cena spinner belt. Then I have two Bret the Hitman Hart legacy belts. Now, this one is unsigned. This one is signed by Bret Hart, I think on the snap box somewhere. It is signed, trust me. I do plan on selling the non-signed version whenever someone wants it. After that, we have the the Royal Rumble John Cena spinner belt. These are the only two events that I went to that had these, so I picked them up. Then we have this random Undisputed belt that's missing black paint, so I bought it and from a guy and sold it like before it came. It was like a pre-sale. And then it came and it was damaged, so I was like, I'll just send him mine. So I have this one for now. I'll probably end up selling it eventually. Then next up, we have the Travis Scott Hardcore title that was at the WrestleMania Superstore, so pretty cool. And we're almost to the very end. We only have a few belts left before we get to like the main wall. But yeah, that's all this set, and honestly, pretty good amount of belts right now. I think about it, it did kind of suck that I didn't show the signatures. So there's the Bret Hart signature, and the reason why I couldn't show it on the other one is because that was not the signed version. That's why I couldn't find the signature. And here is the CM Punk one. Not the best like point for a signature on the CM Punk signature series, in my opinion, but it's still pretty nice. But yeah, these are these two signed belts, and now we'll move on. Lastly, before we get to the grills, let's take a look at a couple of the PLE belts I have. So first off, I have the Royal Rumble Indianapolis one, probably one of my favorites. You got the light blue gems, the blue swoosh. Love that. I love the Royal Rumble side plates. This was a pretty fun experience going to the Royal Rumble Superstore there. Then we have one I'm not the biggest fan of because Cleveland kind of sucks, but it is the Cleveland SummerSlam belt. This one it's kind of boring. There's no special gems. You have an orange swoosh there. It's okay. Then now we have the last PLE belt that I have, and it's an event I didn't even go to. This is the Money in the Bank Toronto one. This was just a random, I think there was only 30 of these. This was the first time they did like the PLE belt, so I had to get this. And how could I forget, I did make a Yolo County Tag Team Championship not too long ago, so I decided I have to show this off in the belt collection. And now we move on to the final wall. So on the wall, we have the Roman Reigns Cinch Series belt. Now, it's not the signed version because the signed version, every single one of them were severely damaged. So I bought it, sold it, and just kept my unsigned version. Under that, we have the IWGP version 4, my favorite belt of all time. It was the first big belt I ever bought, so it's really special to me. Then we have the the Uso Cinch Series belt for breaking the record. Under that, we'll skip that for now. Up next, we have the WrestleMania 40 Golden Title Belt. Love this thing. This was kind of impossible to get at WrestleMania 40, so I ended up buying this secondhand. But this one was really easy to get. It's the WrestleMania 41 Golden Title for Vegas. Kind of a boring design. And above each of them, we have the Elimination Chamber briefcase, which is random. The Tiffany Stratton briefcase. Above that, we have some of these little golden statues the shop made. A Karrion Kross hourglass, a Roman Reigns golden glove. We have a Stone Cold Rock Funko, and then I believe some more little statues and the Burnt Fiend mask. And that brings us to the last belt of the collection, which is the real handcrafted Fiend belt. There's only I believe 9 of these in the world, and mine is signed by Bray Wyatt, which is super cool. On the back, it has a Yowie Wowie inscription, and it came with a certificate of authenticity. I got this on a WWE shop auction, and sadly, since Bray Wyatt passed away, these belts have you're never going to find one that's not worth, I think an unsigned version, they were asking $25,000. I have had a couple offers on this, both at $50,000, which is crazy. But yeah, that's every belt in the collection. I think I showed off that hardcore title. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, hopefully next year collection, we'll have some better shelves so there's not so many belts just everywhere. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about it.